Hey there, okay, let's get another video out of the way. And this one we're going to be looking at the Bearish Evening Star. It's a two candle setup. Alright, let's get our screen draw pen out and show you what that looks like. Okay, so, alright, we're starting off from, like, coming in from an uptrend. Okay, and you'll see a nice bull candle. Oops. Alright, and then you'll have, well, this is also important as well. The color of this particular candle here is also important. This one here in the middle. You can get some that will actually have, will actually be a blue one. But the market sentiment, see what's supposed to happen now is that once this is, this three candle formation has been developed, you want to see a confirmation candle to come below. Well, preferably, now this is depend on the kind of strength that you're looking for. I mean, you could wait for this particular close to close lower than the low of the first candle, which would be better depending on the size of the candle, really. I mean, if it's a really huge one, then this confirmation candle is not going to be really all that good, because by the time that this confirmation candle is finished, the market will probably reverse and go back the other way. So we're looking for medium kind of size candles, nothing too large and nothing too small. Okay, so when this confirmation candle comes in, it would be nice if we can get a lower low than this third candle, which is there, but it'd be nice if we can get that close right underneath there. So let's go ahead and take a look at some examples. Oh, and also as well, when you see these the two up bars here as well, this sentiment here is not all that great. Alright, it's basically there's still some bullish momentum in the second candle when you see like two up candles. Okay, so you really need to look for two red candles or two down candles. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you on the chart what it looks like. I've marked one out already. Okay, just zoom in a little bit. Alright, so you can see it's made a new high. It's got a little area right there. I mean, with the way I showed you on the little previous screen, is like how equities set it up. But I mean, it's going to look a little bit different on the Forex charts, as with all the other the formations that appear. But here, I mean, again, the same rule applies with everything. We need to make sure that we are sitting on a support or resistance level area. Now, this area that I'm drawing right here, I'm basically kind of bisecting it, so we're getting some minor support and resistance area here. So this is where the currency price was, so that was some minor support, so that should be fine. So now that's turned into a resistance now. Okay, so that would be okay. So this is all very important. If this line was down here somewhere, then I may have waited for a confirmation. I mean, this little bar right here I could have actually gone in on, because that's a Harami, and I couldn't have been aggressive and gone short on it. But because it wasn't all the way up here, and it was down, if it was down here, then I would have waited for a confirmation of the Harami. Alright, which would then develop the evening star. Alright, so where does that happen? That happens right there. Oops. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Either one of those two, the Harami or the evening star, would have been okay to actually go short on, simply for the reason of that this trend line here that we drew, which now represents the resistance level, we've got our sell signal to come in right underneath that at that level as well. Alright, so that would have been a pretty good signal to get in on, and then we'll target one of these bottom lows somewhere down here. Maybe another one, probably target one of these down to the bottom here. Alright. Okay, and what's these areas down the bottom? Let's see if there's any more. Okay, that works out well. works out. Kind of, I might need to come down a little bit more. Alright, so that's the evening star. Let's see if we can show you some more examples of what the evening star looks like, because they're going to be different all the time. Okay. Alright, let's try a smaller time frame. Okay, it's a shooting star. Where is one of those evening star when you're looking for one? Okay, here's another one. This one's a little bit different. It's right here. I'm just going to put a marker there. What was the one that we was using before? Okay, let's go back to this one. Alright, so here is another one that looks kind of okay. So let's go ahead and see if this one would actually work out for us. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some support and resistance levels. I would note straight away that this area at the top here should be a resistance level because it got rejected. So let's go ahead and see if that is a true resistance level. Oh, I'm having to go back a fair old bit now, and now the chart's messing up a little bit on me. Okay. Alright, well, there doesn't seem to be any areas there. Let's go back to 30-minute time frame. No, can't see any there. Alright, here we go. So we had to go back towards December of this year to find out, why this area got rejected where it did. So we can see now that this is, a pretty good resistance / support area. So let's go back and zoom in into that time frame that we were on, and then let's just zoom in just a little bit more, get into that evening star. Alright, okay, so we can go ahead and place another one in around about here. Alright, and these 2 points can act as a double top 1, double top 2, and it drops. Let's just make sure again that that line that we drew in is going to be okay. I'm not sure if that was the okay, that's okay. That's strange. That second one that we added in actually leads up to that area right there, going back up to 20th of Jan, so that's a good area that we can use as well. So now we've got our support and resistance levels in. Now we've got this evening star that's just come in as well. I wanted to make sure that this evening star wasn't actually sitting on a support level. So since the currency prices are now below this line now becomes a resistance level. And because, and if you take a look at these two candles here where it pierces through, alright, this level here would be its resistance level, but because of the prices are above this line now, that line becomes the support for it. Alright, so now as the market came back down, it tested the first resistance level, came back down, and then waiting to test the next lot of support, but it didn't actually sit on top of it. It kind of like went below it. So we did, that one would have been okay. Now here, it would have been really based on your experience level whether you would have got on this one or not, because we've got, it looks a bit like a Harami, but it's pretty close. But here, I mean, you want to try and make sure that when this 3-bar formation is finished, that the next bar that comes in, which is this one here, alright, this looks like a hammer, but hammers only happen at the bottom of the trends. Alright, so it's a bit like a hangman, really. Alright, so I would personally wait, or maybe even take a look at any of this. We're on a 15-minute time frame. I probably wouldn't even bother on a 15-minute time frame, but if this happened on a like on a daily or 4-hour time frame, I would most likely would have gone for this, considering that the support level was right, resistance level was right there as well. Yeah, no, probably wouldn't even need to worry about this particular bar. We've actually gone short on it, considering it being at a support level. But if the support level was, say, up here, then I would have been a little bit more cautious and wait for this particular bar to close lower than the previous low. But because it didn't, I wouldn't have actually gone into it. So it all really depends. The different scenarios that you come across will be different every single time. So you just need to judge on when you would and when you wouldn't, and that will come down with experience over time. Hopefully, when we get into module 6, you'll see some of these live trades and my thought processes behind the actual trade, and then we'll see what the outcome is. Okay, alright, so I will leave you with that video for the time being. Alright, the evening stars are pretty easy to spot. Alright, so you'll have some pretty good success with those again, but just make sure that you are attempting to take those trades on based on support and resistance levels. If you see them at the top, then make sure that you're underneath a resistance level. Alright, so I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye for now.